Are you sure you don't want any of your siblings or friends to accompany you? No, I will be fine by myself. Who knows whether I will be able to enjoy this after my marriage? Why don't you give him a chance, Ellie? I am sure you would come to love a guy like him. He is arrogant and narcissistic, Mom. There is no way I would love or accept him in this life. I always hoped to be married to someone whom I really loved, but I guess that will not be happening for me. You really think true love exists? Just look at me and your father. We were not really compatible or interested in each other, but we still made things work. Do you know why? It's because we compromised. We decided to choose what was best for our future, and look where we are now. Well, I am not you, and I will never be like either of you in this matter. Ma'am, your jet is ready, my assistant informing me. I shut my phone off and head to the boarding gate. As soon as I settled, I switched my phone to flight mode and put on my headphones. I was used to falling asleep quickly while listening to music. The whole ride, I either took short naps or kept munching on some snacks. When we landed, I was escorted to my ride and we drove to the hotel. It was only a couple of minutes away from the airport. I saw that Mom had booked the grand suite, which was not surprising at all. I dismissed my assistant and stood on the balcony, taking in the beautiful view of Bordeaux. It was supposed to be a solo trip, but since Mom did not trust me enough to take care of myself, she forced me to go with my assistant. Hey, sweetheart, what are you up to? I'm about to shove my face with an extra-large pizza. You know I really care about you, which is why I'm saying this. You need to stop pigging out on meals. The last time I saw you, you had gotten healthier. It won't take much more time for you to turn obese. Please, control your diet. I was fuming with anger at his words. I wished nothing more than to slap the rudeness out of him. Thank you for your concern, but I am much healthy and happy. My doctor says that I do not need to worry about anything, so you can remain at peace. Is that so? I think the doctor needs to get his eyes tested, but it is okay. Once we get married, we will follow a couple diet. A couple what? Couple diet is something where partners follow the same schedule for their meals. After we start following it, we will become the hottest couple to have ever walked on Earth. Is this man serious? How disconnected one has to be from the world to spew nonsense like this. And my mom expects me to get hitched with this guy? Why was I so unlucky when it came to love? Hello, where did you go? Sorry, I zoned out. See, that is one of the symptoms of obesity. For God's sake, keep your thoughts to yourself, Oliver. I am not obese, and I am definitely not going to follow your pathetic diet. Now, do not contact or message me further until I am back from the trip, or you will be blocked straight away. Wait, I am sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I ignore his meaningless apology and focus on the good part before me. The sun had gone down and the sky turned dark, with the stars twinkling brightly. My assistant informed me that he had reserved a seat for me at a high-end restaurant. Cancel it, I said. Is there anything else you would like me to do, ma'am? Yes, but I would rather be left alone. I feel like a child who is being constantly babysat by you. But I was strictly told not to leave your side. Don't worry, I will not leave your sight. But just roam as if you are a tourist here and not working right now. If you find something interesting, tell me. We will explore it together. He agreed to the idea and we left my suite. Do you want to travel by car or do you just want to walk? He asked. We will walk. All the good places are within walking distance from here, so it should not be a problem at all. We explored the local business areas and bought a few things. I convinced my assistant to let me take a picture of him, which turned out to be really good. I kept on taking pictures of different things and started walking away from my assistant. Soon I lost him in the crowd, but I was oblivious to it. As I clicked another picture, I observed it closely. I felt satisfied with it. Looks good. A man with a French accent appreciates my photograph. Bonjour, he greets me and continues. That is a lovely photo, madame. Are you perhaps a photographer? He asked. No, far from it, I reply with a smile. Oh, well, you should consider that. I am Damien. Nice to meet you. Same goes for you, Damien. I am Elena. Are you here with someone? When he asked that, I realized that my assistant was not by my side anymore. I could not even see him. My assistant, but I think I lost him, I say as I look around, trying to find him. Oh, let me help you. Both of us walked back to the same route from where I came, and I saw my assistant frantically searching for me as well. He heaved a sigh of relief when his eyes landed on me, and he ran toward me. You almost gave me a heart attack. When I tried to call you, I got no answer. Sorry, I think I must have switched my phone to flight mode again. His eyes traveled to Damien, who was standing behind me. May I know your good name? He asked, as he eyed him suspiciously. Damien. How do you know her? We just met, I said to my assistant. So, there is a really good restaurant nearby. Care to join? Damien asks me. As soon as my assistant was about to refuse, I interrupted him. Sure. I dragged my unwilling assistant and followed Damien to the restaurant. That evening, I enjoyed a lot with a stranger I'd just met. Even though it took time, my assistant finally started opening up and became less cautious around Damien. Before Damien left, he gave me his number and asked me if I would be willing to tour with him the next morning. I told him I would think about it, and we parted our ways. How is she doing on the trip? Is she enjoying it so far? My husband asked me. I don't know. She has not contacted me yet. While we were conversing, Oliver came and greeted us. How are you both? He asked. What is there to worry about when we have a son-in-law like you? Both men laughed while I thought about what Elena had said. I was thinking about visiting Elena in France. No, I burst out without thinking twice. When I look at their expressions, I immediately correct myself. I mean, she wanted a trip all by herself. It would be wrong to disturb her like that, don't you think? Well, I was not going to leave right now. I was thinking about going there after maybe 2 months, Oliver said. I think that is a great idea, my husband spoke up. That way, both of you get some time and she won't get upset since she would be the end of her trip. I don't mind at all. Great, thank you, Dad. I don't know why, but I mentally cringed when he called him Dad. Were Elena's words taking a toll on me? Ellie, I need to tell you something important. What is it, Mom? Oliver will be flying to France in 2 months. Your father has already given him the permission to do it. What the hell? Why was I not informed about this earlier? We too came to know about it right now, dear. And why are you informing me, though? Didn't you want us to connect? Can't you be grateful that I did? Anyways, are you enjoying the places I booked for you? Certainly, but rather than visiting your chosen destinations, things have been going according to my itinerary. What? I like it that way. Your places are all high-end, which don't carry the exact authenticity of Bordeaux. Suit yourself. Where are you staying currently? The X Hotel. Why? Come down in 15 minutes. I have a surprise for you. I am excited. I got dressed up and left my room after I was done. When I reached the entrance, I could see Damien leaning against a bike, holding 2 helmets. You told me you wanted to ride a bike last night, so let's do it, he said. I hesitated a little. Are you sure? I am. Don't worry, I will bring you back after the sunset. You can trust me. Both of us laugh at his statement, and I take the helmet from him. I sit behind him and hold onto his shoulders for support. Let's go, Bellamy. This time, I explored the further parts of the city. We stopped at various places, and Damien narrated their story to me. Some were sad, while most were bright and romantic. Time passed quickly, and I found myself staring at the Garonne River with Damien. The sunset looked breathtaking, and I realized why Damien brought me here. Are you a photographer? You always seem to bring your camera around, I asked. Indeed, I am. My buddy here helps me to earn my livelihood, he replied. He showed me some of his pictures, and I was amazed by them. After talking for a while, he drove me back to the hotel. I bid him goodbye and went to my room, where I saw my assistant waiting for me. This is too risky, don't you understand? He said disappointedly. Hey, I am completely fine. For now, ma'am, you don't exactly know the guy. How could you freely roam with him? What if he does something bad to you? What if someone saw you? I don't care if anyone sees me with him. I don't even want this marriage. And he had a chance to harm me today, but he didn't. When you first befriend someone, do you know them in and out? Or do you slowly build that relationship? He went quiet after that. We are here to enjoy, aren't we? We should focus on that. A few weeks later, I spent my days exploring the other parts of Bordeaux with Damien and took my assistant along with me so that he did not have a breakdown every time I went out. It was kind of unbelievable, but I started to feel some sort of attraction toward Damien. He was an extremely charming guy who had a passion toward his job. The freedom he had made me want to be with him. I enjoyed the way he talked about life, and honestly, my marriage just disappeared from my mind whenever I was with him. I was supposed to travel to other cities, but I did not leave Bordeaux at all. Today, I was excited to see him again, but I completely forgot about Oliver's arrival. I opened the door to my suite thinking it was Damien. Hey, love, how have you been? Did you miss me? Of course you did. Oliver stood there playing question and answer with himself. It instantly ruined my mood, and I think my expression clearly showed it to him. What's with that expression? Why are you still upset about these messages? He asked. Who wouldn't be? Do you even know how your words can affect somebody? Do you even care about my feelings? Of course I do. No, you don't. If you did, you would not have come here. He barged in and settled his bags on the couch without replying. I saw my assistant come out of his room looking disheveled. What happened to you? Oliver asks in disgust. Last night was... He stopped when he saw who had asked the question. I don't think he too remembered that Oliver was coming today. What about last night? Oliver asked again. We just went to a club, nothing else, I answered instead. Oliver grabbed my arms and took me to my bedroom. Aren't you getting too comfortable with your assistant? He is a man, after all. Who knows what his intentions might be? I pushed him away and laughed at him. If only he knew how I felt about a certain someone. Men are so quick to judge other men. Are you sure this isn't a projection? Oliver seemed to have gotten offended. You think I would cheat on you? Never. You mean a lot to me. The morning was filled with Oliver chattering about himself, his achievements, his experience in Bordeaux, and his family history. My assistant exchanged looks with me. We prayed for it to end soon. There's a photography event tonight, in which my works will be displayed. Do you want to attend it with your assistant? I don't think I will be able to. I'm sorry. Is everything okay? My fiancé is here. Oh, okay, I understand. Have fun. That was unfair. Why was I supposed to change my schedule and follow Oliver's? I just know the perfect place to visit tonight, Oliver said. What is it? I asked, sounding completely uninterested. It's a surprise! And, oh, we don't need your assistant to come with us, so you're free for tonight, he said, looking at my assistant. All right. My assistant was confused and looked at me. I signaled him to just go with the flow. I was busy with the event, but one thing constantly troubled my mind. Elena and her fiancé. Why was I feeling restless? I knew that she was engaged, so what was with this weird feeling? Even though I did not want to accept it, I did not like the thought of them together. I had started feeling something for her. No matter how hard I tried, that feeling never went away. Neither did the uneasiness. I hoped that she would attend it. In the evening, the exhibition began, and visitors started coming in. I stood by my work and greeted the visitors who were interested in them. This kept going on for a while, until I heard a familiar voice. Looks good, Elena said. I was blown away by her look. She looked like a princess in her dress. What are you doing here? Weren't you with your fiancé? I asked. I ditched him. Since this was important to you, I decided to come here. Her answers caused fireworks to go off in my head. I have somewhere to be. You can go back to the hotel. I will see you there, I told Oliver and took a cab to Damien's event. He was extremely happy to see me, and we had a great time that evening. A few days later, the day I dreaded was finally here. I was flying back home tonight. All my things were packed, and I was attending a wine tasting with Oliver. Physically, I was present there, but mentally, I felt lost. Soon, it was time for us to leave. I told my assistant and Oliver to go ahead without me, and that I would come after bidding a friend goodbye. I called up Damien and told him to meet me at the place we frequented. When he arrived, I hugged him and controlled my tears that threatened to fall. "Are you okay?" He hugged me back. The hug was extremely comforting, and I wished to remain like that with him. "I am going back." Both of us were silent and remained in that position for a while. Soon, my phone rang, and I saw that Oliver was calling me. "Is that your fiancé? You should probably pick it up," Damien said. "Hello?" "Where are you? We are about to board." As I looked into Damien's eyes, I made up my mind. I am not coming. I saw Damien being shocked, and I got the same reaction from Oliver. "What? Why?" "I don't want to. I would rather stay here." "Are you serious?" "Absolutely. Also, I don't want to marry you. I am in love with someone else," I confessed, which caused Damien to give me his charming smile. "Are you drunk? Do you know what you're saying? Send me your location. I am coming to get you." Just because I spoke my mind, you think I am not sober? Face the truth, Oliver. I never agreed to this marriage. I never even liked you. And I bet that you don't too. Let's just move on and live our own lives the way we want. "So this is the friend whom you wanted to bid farewell to, huh?" Oliver ended the call abruptly, and I never heard from him again. I soon got a call from Dad. "Oliver called, and I think you probably know why I have called you," he spoke. "I am sorry, Dad. I know you must be disappointed, but please think about my happiness. I have fallen in love with Damien." "You must be crazy to think that I don't want you happy. I am not disappointed, honey. But why didn't you say something before you got engaged?" "I guess I was focused on your happiness at that time." "Nonsense. My happiness lies with you. If you want to be with your lover, I won't stop you. Unlike me, you actually got a chance to be with someone you love. I am elated to hear that, Ellie." I had started crying at this point. Damien hugged me from the side and consoled me. "Stay there for as long as you want, and call me once you are both ready for a commitment." "Thank you, Dad." "You have just lifted a huge burden from my shoulders," I exclaimed. "I am sorry I did not discuss this with you before, but I am glad you spoke up. I love you, Princess." "I love you too, Dad." My eyes shifted toward Damien, and I smiled at him. I finally got what I wished for, and I was not going to let it go forever.